Welcome back to Reactions, Rants, Rabbit Holes. Hopefully the, 16-minute version will end up on Patreon. I have to go to work yet today. We're going to try to do couples tonight. And the first time through, I went off. And I think his Dax's messaging, his remake is as good as any of them. Let's just listen. I'll try to put that up and link it tomorrow morning. Put it up on Patreon for everyone.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. The Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views. I got common sense. I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on.
Yeah, say that I went off for like 5 minutes right here. I think just applying common sense to one's life over a constant need for authoritarian control is a political stance. The very act of living right now might have a political side to it because we're in rush territory. Choosing not to make choosing not to decide, you've still made a choice, right? You choose to do nothing is the choice you're making, to willfully ignore everything around you. That is a straight compliance choice. Pretending it's not happening will not make it go away.
On things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt. 45 years can't pay rent. 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend. 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. Richmond, north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us, it starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes.
And the Patreon bonus one, I got really lucky because I went off. When he started talking about kids not understanding anything, and I kind of went off there. And then he came back to this point, and yeah. Can't go out and get a legal tattoo, but you can have your junk removed and altered for life. No, once again, if that's somehow okay, and you can look past all the other stuff and go, oh, but that, no. You're as confused as they are. No one on this channel has ever said you can't have your strange fetishes and secretly masturbate to whatever you like in the dark and private, as you do no harm. You go do you, stick whatever you want up your, hey, just so you know, we are now able to report that more than ever, doctors have to remove things from anal cavities. There you go. There's a stat you should all be. The mutating STDs and stuff stuck in your butts. There you go. You got a lot to be proud of to tell your grandkids about. I remember when I got those Legos stuck in my ass. It was an adventure. But that was okay. I was on my way to get a uterus put in so I could be the first man to give birth through my tiny hips.
They can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it...
So all male births are gonna, all implanted uteruses will have to be C-sections? I respect all the women that had to go through everything they ever had to go through, and fuck every man who thinks they can usurp that shit.
Ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating, lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame.
And I went off there. That's our choice. We could make everything safe. We choose not to because the people who choose not to want to take all the weapons because they're cowards. And those same people cannot stop psychopaths from picking up rocks and bashing in each other's skulls. Please explain in the comments. You're so self-righteous. You got all the answers. Explain how you keep the psychopaths from picking up rocks and bashing our heads in. I would like to be able to defend myself against psychopaths. Because it turns out there's so many self-serving a-holes, I can't be safe in half the places I want to go because it turns out carrying my head up high is somehow wrong. I'm supposed to bow down and look at the ground. I won't do it.
To have a life worth living, an actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me. People like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Oh, Rollen has made a lot of changes for the last 6 weeks. I've had the opportunity to talk to county workers, city workers, roofing crews, farmers. I got lucky. I admit. I'm guessing the ownership class goes to the other gas station in town. I found a job at where the working class shops and congregates and talks. And if you think it's just crazy reactors, artists, and other people flapping their gums on the internet and that doesn't transfer to the real world, you are sadly mistaken and have not had a decent conversation in a while. And I know I'm preaching to the choir on the back of the bus with that statement. Keep them afraid. Keep them dealing with truth. Burst their bubbles with safe words. But burst their bubbles. It's time they get a sniff at the real world that's going on. They're helping create this bed. Help them lie down in it.